Hey, Maria, back with another video. It's 6:53 p.m. It is August 6th, and it's Thursday evening. It's a Thursday evening. Let me just check on that, make sure, because, the days are all merged into one, as I always say. But anyway, so, I put up my two PowerPoint videos, I think within a week's time. And I'm getting more comfortable with PowerPoint. There's obviously more functions that I would like to learn as I go along. I'm kind of playing around with it. Mostly, I just want to get familiar with it. So, and I'm not great at figuring out what graphics, color graphics or themes or whatever. But as I get, go further in using um, PowerPoint, I will be a little bit more bold and more careful about that. You start to fine tune whatever it is you learn, and you start making even better masterpieces, and that's what I like to do. But the first two videos are up regarding workplace mobbing and gang stalking. So I kind of have an announcement to make, and this is very important, that this is going out to my previous perps. I'm referring to my ex-family, as well as Joel's family, as well as some of the people who I used to work with, all of the people I used to work with. Um, and this is also Selena Bruce. I believe these people are involved in my employment. This is not to dredge up an argument in any way. It's just that I'm working on a video and it's about stalking. And I'm going to be wrapping it up shortly here. But I'm older. I'm an older person, and I do believe that there was some sort of contest that was going on between Selena Bruce and I that I was not aware of. Okay, I don't want to play competitive games, and these kind of games, basically playing a woman's life for sport, is illegal for all kinds of reasons, especially since it involves gang stalking activity. So, with that being said, and I never asked to be a part of this network. I understand that my ex-family, is involved in it, as well as Joel's family, which for all these reasons, which I believe I've stated before in one of my videos, the reasons why I choose not to be associated with these individuals anymore. And it's not to keep the argument going, it is for my own well-being, okay? And, networks should be a mutual agreement. Some people join networks, they might see a group on LinkedIn, they might be a part of a professional organization where they have the opportunity to be affiliated with certain individuals within that professional organization, but it's always a mutual agreement by these people who I've just mentioned previously, attaching themselves to me and then making an effort to decide what jobs I work and what I do, when I go back to work, how I go back to work, what I can spend, all these little ridiculous things that this network, it seems more like something else other than a professional network for me, to me, okay? But one thing is for sure is that you never had my consent for me to be a part of this network. And it puts me in a very bad situation, meaning that I'm not in a position to plan my life accordingly to what I need to do, okay? So I'm making this announcement to say, I do not want to be associated or part of your network, okay? Please disassociate from me. I'm at a very critical moment right now where I need to get serious about my future. And the jobs that I'm always getting offered are either working like maybe a year, 2 years, depending on how hostile the environment is. Some of the jobs last less than that time period. And I understand that nowadays it's very hard to find stable employment, and you're lucky to get whatever you want to get. But I will tell you, the way that you had this whole thing set up, you deprived me of my rights, okay? And I know that had I not been associated with this network, I would have been able to thrive on my own. Maybe not make a significant windfall, but I would be comfortable and I would be feeling secure. Okay, I never needed to have this group of people who've been involved, and I know that you guys believe that I do. I know that you guys created a social issue out in the community that you have to take responsibility for, because I'm not responsible for that, okay? I never asked to be in any competition with Selena Bruce or anyone else. What I needed to do in my life was made for personal reasons, mainly to protect my own self and provide a roof over my head. Those are my basic needs, okay? Um, I would not choose business partners who required so much of me to devote my personal life and sacrifice myself in the manner that what I was being requested of this particular professional, so-called professional network group. And, I would prefer to, if I was going to join a network group, I would do so with one who respected the law and worked and operated and functioned in it without bringing in things like religion. The problem with your professional network is that you want everybody to be in the same frame of mind, and you can have that kind of network, but when you try to envelop people and hold them against their will, and make them to be and force them into this network, then this is becoming a problem, okay? Because there is no legal reason why I have to work within your network, okay? So I'm being basically held back from what I want to do. What if I wanted to move somewhere else? What if I want to do this? What if I want to do that? I don't know exactly what I'm doing right now, but whatever the case is, that needs to be in my hands, okay? No one else's. No one else's, okay? I'm no longer married to Joel. And I know that I'm making this stalking video to talk about the issues relating to domestic stalking, which basically everyone involved in my stalking is a domestic stalker if they have been related to me at least once in their life. Okay, but the relationship is no longer there. And it's one thing if you have stalking, you have an obsessional stalking habit, okay? But do not bring your obsessional stalking habit into the workplace. Okay, I understand what it means to have some sort of obsession. Okay, meaning that it's like a compulsion, especially since how long it's been lasting. This has been going on for quite a long period of time, and it's not something that you probably can just do. Just like somebody who smokes all the time, it's like they can quit, but they kind of have to taper off a little bit, and it's very difficult. I don't appreciate the stalking, especially at work. Okay, the stalking thing at work has prevented me from moving on with my life, which I need to do. And to try to hold me back in an attempt to keep me in a bubble to where I'm serving your needs at the detriment of my life, meaning what am I going to do at 60, 70 years old, if I live that long? Okay, I need to take care of myself. And this whole issue has become too traumatizing for me. I don't ever want to see any of you again. Okay, and I'm shocked that you would allow these people to come into my life and make these sort of changes into my life and interject their personal opinions, or even so more so that you would use subordinates as teachers to me and to make certain decisions. Just like when I was working in Chatsworth, you used Lisa, the accounts receivable clerk, to give me Excel lessons that I didn't even ask for. Okay, I found it to be intrusive and stupid, and I'm continuously, encountering people who are constantly asking me questions about Excel and QuickBooks, and it's the same weird force or what, I don't want to go into it, but it's the same, probably loosely affiliated group of people that you're associated with, okay? It's stalking, okay? I don't need it, okay? Your behavior is something that I would look at as immature. Okay, basically because number one, it breaks the law. People who are mature respect the rights of other people, regardless whether they agree with them or not. Okay. Yeah, it's a hard road out there. Okay, but the hard road that has been created by you. You're the one who came out with this campaign, putting a bug in everyone's ear to try to make my life harder. Okay, which I didn't deserve. Okay, so my point is that what's done is done. You said what you needed to say. You did what you needed to do. If you do have any heart and you decide that you feel a little bit remorse, then it's your responsibility to go out into the community and say, you know what, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have bullied her. Okay, that's your choice. You do what you want to do. But I feel as though enough people in this community know who I am. I need to break out and do on my own, do whatever. Whether I stay here in Bakersfield or I try to look for work in some other area. But I do not want to be a part of your network. Okay? I would never ask to be a part of your network. okay? Because what your network is a form of human trafficking. And it has shown me you have disrespected me multiple times, okay? Just the very fact that I'm out of work right now, and I was basically let go to return into a marriage that I'm not even going to describe, okay? But I was doing some talking in my recorder a while ago, and it made me really think, it's like, how is it that the employers could fall for this? I mean, I'm shocked at, the behavior of everyone who considers themselves to be in this network or this committee that's supposed to give me all these pointers and professional advice. I don't need your advice, okay? I don't need your advice. I'm not being pig-headed. I'm not being arrogant. I'm not trying to say, well, you don't have any advice to give me. If you had advice to give me, then you know how to give advice. If it's constructive criticism, you have plenty of time to talk to me in person. But what you did is you made this a public issue, which obviously tells me this is not about critiquing me in a way that's going to be beneficial. It's about bullying is what it is, okay? So I don't want to be a part of the network, okay? I don't know when your plan was to get me back to work, but I can't work on your timetable, okay? You have already inconvenienced me enough. And I don't want to mention my son into this or anything like that. I'm very grateful that he's been supportive of me. But the very fact that you put somebody in this situation and you're fine with the fact that you're making someone else pick up the pieces for what you've caused, I can go on and on and on and on about the obvious injustices that have occurred in this situation. And I can go on and on and on about, the people who got involved and basically how dare they do this, and I can go on and on about it, okay? But I'm not trying to keep the argument going. This is just my announcement. Consider an announcement that this particular person, Maria Gordon, has decided to jump ship, okay? I will be responsible for what happens to me from this point on, okay? I have the right to live my life in the manner that I want to, okay? I have the right to, do my arts and crafts. I have the right to, to go for walks outside. I have the right to believe what I want to believe, okay? I'm not trying to, it's not a slap in your face because I don't have the same beliefs as you. It's just that, as I got older and deformed into my own self, this is who I am, okay? And it has nothing to do with being immature. I'm a very mature person, okay? And how I present myself to employers, that's up to me, okay? And how I work, the way that I work, I don't need your advice, okay? And I do not want to be a part of your network, okay? I don't want you interfering with work. Work is a very serious issue. Everyone knows that when you go to work, if you have children, if you have somebody with you at a job interview, they need to stay in the car and not come into the office with you while you're in the job interview. Because you want to talk to that employer and you want to only present yourself to that employer and talk about your strengths, okay? But what you guys do is you sit there and you emphasize my weaknesses before I even meet an employer, okay? And then you go off and you start critiquing me and picking me apart and setting standards and then telling me what I'm supposed to believe, who I'm supposed to marry, that I should be married, whatever. All of these things that are not necessary and aren't illegal if you consider these things for employment reasons, okay? So it's, and I've dealt with this for years. I've dealt with it for years. And, I have pretty negative feelings towards everyone who's involved in this issue. Okay, there are no warm feelings. There's no feelings of camaraderie. There's no feelings of, and I don't have any choice or desire. I don't have the desire to reconcile, especially after this. I don't feel as though I know my blood relations, because if somebody who's going to be this deceitful and to do what you guys just did, I think what you did really went too far. And so I'm at a point right now where it is best for me to seriously forget you. As for Joel's family, I know they have some sort of obsession with me. I wish they would stop it. If you can't stop your obsession, figure it out. Go stalk my Facebook page, okay? If you're that desperate, okay? But leave my work alone. Leave my work alone, because this is something that should never have happened, okay? This whole community jumped on my ass and blamed me for something they knew was wrong in the first place, okay? I don't believe that you guys are the professional group that I want. If I was to start my own company and I was looking for business associates, okay, I would look for business associates that had the same vision as I did. The same vision. You know what I mean? Whether that be something innovative, creative, if you're supposed to be visionary. If I'm a visionary, then why would I want to be around traditionalists? It doesn't make sense. Okay? And this is not, don't get upset, because I know, the thing is with my ex-family is they are very impulsive, because I was thinking earlier today about the ignorance that was so obvious to me when I was growing up. And their first instinct is to get angry when you say something that they don't agree with. My mother's first instinct when she was upset was to lash out and spank us. You know what I mean? Or haul off and start yelling or whatever. Because my mother is an ignorant woman, okay? This is not to cut her down, is that she does things that are not right. Okay? And so my siblings have learned from this woman, and they do these things, and they feel like everything that you do, breathing, going out and getting a new pair of shoes, is somehow a slap in their face. It has something to do with them, and it doesn't have anything to do with you. I can assure you, every time I did something, you never came into my mind. Not because I was trying to blot you out of my mind, just because I try to do it my everyday. And I'm not, but since you made an issue to come into my work life, and you try to ruin my reputation, you have sabotaged relationships that I've had with people, and you have created a campaign against me, I am going to tell you that this is the sort of behavior that is not acceptable to me. So before we need to take it further, and I don't want to take it further, meaning, just, it's time to say goodbye. I don't want to work with you anymore. Okay? I don't want to work your jobs. I don't want to be expected to be converted to a religion that doesn't matter to me. I don't want people telling me what I'm supposed to wear, how I'm supposed to wear my hair, what I'm supposed to eat, what I'm supposed to do. I don't want this. Okay? Because it's bullying. There is no reason to make a request of somebody like that other than you are jealous and you're competitive. That's the only reason why. Okay? You made an issue out of something that should not have been made an issue of. As for the whole Selena Bruce thing, I think that she took advantage of the race issue, and this is one of the reasons why she became, what do you call it, pretentious. It made her extremely arrogant, and then she wanted not to. She didn't want to leave this harassment campaign at Murray Family Farms, but she decided to take it outside of the workplace and also help put it into the community and just spread this to other employers. Well, guess what? Blacklisting is illegal. And what you're doing is a form of gang stalking, okay? And it's a felony. Plain and simple. Okay? You don't belong in my life. You're a little girl. I don't even remember how old you were. I know that, I think you had 2 kids or something like that. And you probably grew up very religious, okay? And that's fine that you grew up religious. And that's your world. Maybe all your friends that you grew up with were of the same religion, same faith, same sort of traditions that you had. You have the right to hold those traditions, and you can hold them dear all you want to. But when you impose your religious views on me, you are violating a rule, a major rule, a law, as a matter of fact. And that's wrong, okay? I don't want to be in your network. You're not the kind of person I would want to do business with, okay? Like I said, if I was creating my own business, and I was trying to, create a culture, a vision, a goal, okay, I would want to find people who share the same vision as me, okay? I don't share your vision, so it doesn't make sense for me to be a part of your network, or you to force me to be a part of your network, and then try to change my beliefs to keep me in your network, and then try to act like you can reject me if you want to, okay? I never wanted to be a part of your network. I know it's hard out there. I'm very well aware it's hard out there. It's a hard life out there. But you made it harder for me, okay, with your campaign and with your hate campaign, which is a hate crime, okay? Maybe you were convinced that my family had the right to do this, and this is one of the biggest issues with domestic stalking, because a lot of people think, oh, that's her mom, that's her sister. People come from dysfunctional families, and my family's one of them, okay? This is, I'm really trying to emphasize the importance of not getting involved with domestic issues. So one of the reasons why, well, just another one of my reasons why I prefer to keep my personal life, and work life, and they should be separate. Now, there's times where you intermingle. Like, for example, if I was working for a company and, I had my son, since I lived with my son, I was working for a company and there was a party, I would bring my son to the party or whatever. You know what I mean? You introduce your family in that way, okay? But you have boundaries. See, there's boundaries there. Okay? People, you don't talk about my personal love life or the lack of my love life or whatever. Okay? And those things become discrimination issues. Okay, I am a single woman who needs her income, and I need an income when I need an income, not when somebody is going to finally get off their ass and decide, well, I need to start looking for a job for Maria now. Maria needs to look for a job for herself. And the very fact that you control these issues, I'm referring to my ex-family, and possibly even Joel's family, the very fact that you control these issues as to when I go to work, how I go to work, this is a form of human trafficking right here. Okay? When you're a victim of human trafficking, you don't have access to your own financial resources. And in this case, not just a bank account or something like that. You took the whole fucking thing. You're deciding to control my employment, who employs me, how I'm supposed to make a living. That's bold. That's going to tell you right. That's bold, okay? And it's illegal. Because according to the law, you're no different than the person who lives across the street from me. You're a stranger on paper, okay? Because I'm over the age of 18. Just because that might be my mother, my sister, whatever, doesn't mean that you have any legal rights to do what you're doing. So, this is my announcement. Consider my announcement, okay? Maybe some of you guys have moved and are no longer in the same address, okay? But I know you guys watch my videos. I know you watch my videos, okay? I don't want to be a part of your network. Come with me. I don't want to be a part of your network, okay? I don't worry about what's going to happen to me. I fucking don't know. But you know what? I would rather do it on my own, which I when I first moved to this community, that's exactly what I wanted to do it on my own. Okay, I can't stay motivated or interested in stuff if it's not something that I'm involved in. Okay, and it's not I don't work on your timetable. Okay, it's not conducive to my well-being, and I know you tend to work opposite of what's to my well-being, because what I have with my ex-family is a love-hate relationship. They love to hate me. Okay, everything that they do is a jab or some sort of attack on me in every way, even when they say they're being helpful. Okay, that's a problem. That means that you and I can never work together. Because even if you say you're doing something nice to me, say you give me another job, right? Well, the job's always going to have some sort of slight or some sort of twist to it. Just like the job that was offered to me that was working for Hasidic Jews, okay? Or just like the job that was offered to me that was a medical industry job, knowing that I fucking hate the medical industry, okay? So it's not about keeping the issue going. It's about there is no legal reason why I have to work within your network. I am being held in a network of people where I don't want to be a part of. I didn't ask to be a part or a member of this group. I don't want to be a part of your network. I don't. You know what I mean? If you guys want to continue your network with, my sisters and my ex-sisters and Joel's family and Selena Bruce and all these other people, you guys want to continue like a Seventh-day Adventist type network or whatever, you guys do that. Okay, but I will say this: if it's not working within the guidelines of the law. Okay, and it's one thing to help out a church member who needs a job. Okay, like for example, you go to the same church and your friend, she tells you, hey, I need a job, and you say, you know what, I'll help you out because you know her, she's your church member, you know her by church, right? But if you help a person because they are the same religion of you, because it's because of religious reasons, well, you're breaking the law. But you do what you want to do. It's your network. You do what you want to do. Okay? You do what you want to do. But I never asked to be a part of your network. Okay? And the problem with my ex-family is they believe that family means entitlement. Family doesn't mean entitlement. Okay? Especially when I'm over the age of 18. I don't want to be a part of the family. Okay? I really don't. I don't want to be a part of the family. As a matter of fact, I don't want to remember my mother. I don't want to remember my sisters or my brother. And some people say, you can't possibly mean, yes, I can mean that. And the reason why is because I don't know you. Okay? I never believed or knew that you guys would do this sort of thing. Okay? To me, you're right up there with somebody who attempted to murder me. So, you know, it is what it is, okay? So, anyway, I made my announcement. I'm going to be working on finishing up my video. And I'd like to say this again, that my graphics on my videos, I'm limited right now. I mean, there's obviously graphic ideas that pop up as I'm working with PowerPoint, and you know, I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't know, you know. As I move on, I will be better with that. Also, I'm not great at narration because I'm concerned about my voice. If I was working with another person, I could make the video, and I listen back to my recordings, but you know, I know that sometimes my voice sounds high and jumpy, sometimes it's more low, and you know, it would be nice to kind of be more consistent. So I'm aware of some of my errors. If you would like to point out some other, I'm not talking to my perps because obviously you guys have nothing positive to say. But if for my targeted individual subscribers, if you can figure out something that could make an improvement of my videos as I go further, and I need to take that into consideration, I would greatly appreciate it. Because I really do like, I want to do better in my presentations. Okay, that's really important to me because I have a lot of video ideas that I want to do going forward that are not necessarily relating to gang stalking. I want to complete this issue about the stalking. I do also want to finish an issue, another video about the similarities between human trafficking and gang stalking, because I think they're really important. But I do think everyone who's watched these videos have gotten the message so far, okay? But I want to kind of create this little series that's kind of educational for other targeted individuals and people that can help them. You know, because there's a lot of people who get thrown in these programs, and they shouldn't be thrown in these programs, okay? They shouldn't be, no one has the right to obstruct another human being. They don't have the right to do that. If I met a guy across the street and he told me, you know what, I've only gone to school only up to the 7th grade, okay? He only went to school for 7th grade, but I have a dream of being a lawyer. Now, as absurd as that sounds, you know, I would think, okay, whatever. But and he would sit there and call people and try to make arrangements or whatever. I wouldn't stop him. He may not get the job, but you know what? He has every right to try. He has every fucking right to try. So, and I'm not going to sit here and stand in the way of somebody's dream or whatever. But I will say this, he probably wouldn't, because lawyers have to have a license, okay? And in order to get that license, you know, he has to go to college or whatever. But my point is, you know what I mean, okay? When you block people, that is against the law, okay? And I'm sorry if you don't agree with how I view things. I'm sorry if you think I'm too old to play with, you know, to do arts and crafts, and if you think I should be married, but the person that you want me to be married to is something I don't even want to consider, or you want to choose my marriage partner, I don't want any sort of association with you. I'm telling you that right now. I don't want to be associated with anyone who's associated with you. Okay? You need to understand that there is something seriously wrong with your behavior and the way that our biological mother raised us. There is something very seriously wrong with that, okay? If you feel as though you have the need to control, and if you're stomping on the ground right now, and if you're sitting here banging your fist, and you're sitting here wondering, and getting a little angry about the fact that I'm telling you this, okay? And you feel like you want to retaliate and show me up the next time when I'm telling you something that is very true, this just goes to show you how deep-seated your narcissism is because of your upbringing. Okay? You don't have any right or place in my vicinity, meaning you don't bring your issues into my workplace, okay? I don't want to work your jobs. I'm not trying to reflect Gordon values or reflect the religious views of you or your lifestyle views or anything, okay? If you have a great network, if you feel as though you're successful, go on and enjoy your success. Tanya has a bachelor's degree. Let her bachelor's degree work for her. Let her become a success, whatever she thinks she can do. If she feels like she can do better, then go on with your life, do better, and forget about me. Don't focus on me. But whatever the case is, I don't want to be a part of your network anymore, okay? If I receive any more phone calls that I did not ask to receive, I'm going to hang up on them, okay? I'm not going to be a part of this anymore. I don't want anything. If you, like I said, if you're that obsessional, okay, go look at my Facebook page, okay? There's not much on it, okay? But still, stay out of my work, Okay, so I'm going to wrap up this video. I hope all of you guys stay safe, and I'll be back with another video some other time later. Take care.